All right, class, so this is a real quick, I'm just going to run down this map that we did in class today and kind of remind you about what the different parts that we were doing and how you utilize this map for a testing situation. So let's get started. Okay, so this is just the weather map basics. We're just kind of some of the basic stuff that you'd find on a general weather map and the things that you'll be tested over here in the 8th grade science class. We got weather symbols. We have the cold front, the warm front, the stationary front, and the occluded front. And we'll discuss each one of these a little bit. We have the cold front, high humidity, low temperatures, usually comes across the United States, and behind it you'll have cooler weather. It brings in rain. If it comes up against a warm front, you end up with quite a bit of rain. You have your warm front, low pressure, not a lot of humidity. Then you have a stationary front. That would be when this cold front right here along this boundary here gets up and it hits this low mass, air mass here, then we would end up having a front. It could either be occluded or stationary, or the cold front can just overrun this warm front. So stationary front would be if this cold front came up and this air mass right here, this low air mass, if this just came up and stopped as it hit this mass, then you would end up with a stationary front right here. Or if it slowed down to almost a stop but just barely kept moving, and then this low warm mass moved this way and the cold mass kind of trailed, you might end up having a moving boundary. But note that these little, like the triangles here, the half circles here, that is telling you which direction that this front is moving. So this front up here leaving Seattle out of the northwestern United States is heading down towards Denver. That's which direction it's going. It's going from Seattle to Denver. This front right here has gone from Denver to Oklahoma City and is heading for Atlanta. So it's moving in this direction. Your direction of your cold air mass is moving in this direction across the United States. This is basically what we saw on Saturday as that cold front kind of came through and we had all that rain all day long. We had this front pass through. We're at Gilmer right here. This is G-Town. And so we've got our map there. Cold going this way, high weather mass, air masses. So that's what you're looking for. We have a little bit of snow going on up in this area here. You see the snow here, a little rain. There's the rain. Remember, I was talking about how this is Saturday. Okay, so that's your basic terminology: occluded front, stationary front, cold front, and warm front. That they're moving in the direction that the little symbols on the line are, and that they are occluded, meaning a moving boundary between two. Non-moving boundary is stationary, just like the name. Now, if we're going to use this map and go, okay, what are some questions that we could see from this? Well, I could ask you a question. I said, okay, within the last 24 hours, what cities have seen a decrease in temperature? Well, G-Town, Gilmer here, it has seen a decrease in temperature. It's just seen this cold front move through. Oklahoma City right here, it's just seen this move through. Chicago's just seen it. See, it's not blue. There's the cool air behind it. You see it's kind of shaded blue. Seattle's seen a cool front, so it's warmer out here. The temperature is warmer out here. It's cooler behind the front, so Seattle's seen. So you have Gilmer, Oklahoma City, Chicago, Seattle, and we might even question if Washington, D.C. over here has also seen a decrease in its temperature over the last 24 hours. We might ask a question of, in the next 24 hours, what city do you see that might get warmer? Well, Atlanta. You see this low pressure air mass, a little higher temperature on this side of the air mass than on this side, and it's moving this direction towards Atlanta. So Atlanta would be the answer to that question. Which city is going to get warmer here in the next 24 hours? So there's one way you can use this. Another thing is, if you see a front up here in the northwest, it's going to travel this direction. Your fronts always move from west to east. Now, sometimes you might have a front that moves out of the Gulf of Mexico up into the United States, up. A lot of times you'll have a cold air mass through the jet stream coming down from the United States, but you're always moving from west to east as far as your fronts are always moving. And that's based on the circular motion on the rotation of the Earth on its axis. So as the rotation of the Earth spins on its axis, it spins and your weather patterns move from west to east. And really, okay, so you got rain, snow, occluded front, stationary front, warm front, cold front. Those things that go on, looking at okay, what cities are going to do what, where is this front going to move to? If you can talk about all those kind of things, then you're good to go. Good luck to you. Peace out.